Do want to like watch this video that Azercross posted talking about Destiny, because apparently Destiny numbers are getting worse and worse and worse. And the thing about Destiny is, I understand this, is Destiny's always been on this downward slope because it's a live service game. We have a live service game, there is no immediate need to keep playing the game because there's going to be like lull moments, moments where there's like just a drought in content. So there's no need to keep playing compared to like say a regular multiplayer game where there's always something going on. So you do kind of need to like stay playing, otherwise you end up missing out on stuff. That's what FOMO comes in at. Like if it comes to like, let's compare different genres, but both live service games. FC25, there's a promo every single week, so you pretty much have to play the game every single week. There's also like daily, not daily, but like weekly rewards. So you got to get all your rival wins. You know, it's about what 15 wins in rivals. You know, to get like max rewards. You got to get like 14 wins in squid battles. You get 15 wins in champions. You know, I think qualifier 6 now. So basically, you have to keep playing the game. Whereas like with Destiny, you don't have to keep playing the game. Like you can come play the game when there's an expansion, and then that's it. You know, you play the game for the expansion, do all the expansion stuff, do a raid here and there, and then you can abandon the game until another expansion comes out. Yeah, there's seasonal stuff, but like for the most part, people don't care about the seasonal stuff anymore. So Destiny has been on a downward slope because people have already like they've mentally checked out of Destiny. That's the problem with Destiny. People have mentally checked out on Destiny, and it's at a point to where basically the only way Destiny can survive is Destiny 3. So check out this video from Azercross. This video's title, fellas, it's getting bad.
I will say, guys, it is getting a tad bit concerning. I don't want to come bearing bad news today, but it is getting a little concerning. I won't lie to you. Destiny 2 player count is reaching an all-time low, with players reporting difficulties in finding teams for raids, dungeons, and other activities. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Destiny 2 players struggle to find fire teams as population drops to all-time lows. Zahad here. Destiny 2's player count is reaching an all-time low, with matchmaking becoming increasingly difficult for raids, dungeons, and other activities. Destiny 2, once a shining example of live service gaming, is facing what might be its toughest challenge yet. Bungie's flagship game has seen...
This is what I was about live servers. I think we're on the back end of the live service trend. I think more and more we're going to start seeing studios drift away from live service games because the cost is very, very high, and gamers ourselves have kind of stopped caring. Like, you understand there's two types of services. There's games that exist as a service, which are your basic multiplayer games, you know, your World of Warcrafts, your ESOs, your, you know, FIFAs, your Call of Duties, your Maddens. Those games exist as a service. There's live service games, you know, games like Destiny and Fortnite and Apex, you know, games that are built around player retention and generating money off seasonal passes, and that's where bulk money is coming in at. Whereas like other games that exist as a service, you know, they make their money on microtransactions, but they don't need to have you pay for a seasonal pass to make money. So like the gaming genre is kind of shifting. There's a turning point that's already happened, and the genre is shifting. Well, the community is shifting. The industry is shifting away from live servers. Because they're noticing people are less and less interested in it, and people are less and less interested in basically like forcing themselves to only play one game. Because when it comes to like a live service game, you basically have to make that game your entire freaking life. You know, like you come home from work, come home from school, you play Destiny. You do your daily task. Your daily task is basically your homework. Like you're coming home from school, if you're in school, and you're homework in Destiny. Come home from work, and you're doing, you know, work in Destiny. It's your daily work. You get on couple hours. The same thing goes like Apex, for example. Apex has daily challenges as well. So you get on, do your little daily stuff, you get off, you know, and go actually play games you want to play. But Destiny, like that stuff takes a little bit longer. So you're getting into like a daily raid here. You might do some daily strikes and daily crucibles, like just a lot of time sink stuff. And just in general, I think people just are like, if you think about how old Destiny 2 is, people are just bored. You know, when you're playing the same game every day for years, you just be like, all right, I'm kind of done. I mean, when you Siege, you know, I've been playing Siege since the freaking beta, the first PC beta they had. I've been playing Siege, and well, I'm playing. The thing is, I don't play anymore. I haven't played Siege like a year. Why? Because I just got bored of playing the same game every single weekend or every single day, and it's just like, all right, it's been freaking 8 years. You know, what else is there for me to do in Siege? You know, so if you're like a Destiny player, it's like, what else is there for me to do in Destiny? You know, and you can ask the question. So if you're familiar with my channel, I do a yearly playthrough of Mass Effect and Halo and Dragon Age. How come I can do that but not still play one game? I'm not playing those games every single day. that yearly playthrough of all the Halo games is once a year. I replay all the Halo games. That's gonna last like what, a month, 2 months, whatever. Not every single day for like the entirety of the year, things like that. So, but Destiny players are just not interested anymore. Like I haven't played Destiny. When was the last time I played Destiny? I think it was like maybe like 2 months after Lightfall or 3 months after Lightfall. I still need to freaking play Lightfall. I haven't bought Lightfall, but I did play the game like 2 or 3 months after Lightfall because there's something going on. And I was just playing the game and I stopped again.
A decline in its player base over the past months. The release of episode Revenant already saw the lowest day one population, and it keeps getting worse due to bugs, glitches, and content. Yeah, I would say bugs is probably a big one, man. The fact that we're having to make quest guides, it's like, hey, here's a guide on how to do the quests. Now here's a guide on how to do the quests if it's bugged, It's wild, man. Players have been vocal about their frustration, with many feeling let down after the hype of the final shape. It's clear that the game's post-expansion episodic content release has failed to live up to expectations for many players. Yeah, what is the numbers at right now, guys? Journalists milking bullshit for content. We're gonna go look at the numbers in just a second. I mean, how low are we talking?
Like not believe it. So that guy said he thinks journalists are milking bullshit for content. So basically saying like that chatter thinks that Destiny's actually doing fine, and the person who made the article is making stuff up. So our numbers not low. Is that what that individual was saying, that the numbers for Destiny isn't low? We do it ourselves. We can't look at Xbox and PlayStation numbers because they don't post theirs official like Steam does. There's other websites not websites, but other outlets who do have access to Xbox PlayStation numbers. But we'll just look at the Steam numbers because they'll give us a good idea. All right, so right now there's 22,000 people playing Destiny. It's 24-hour peak is 23K on PC. So that means at max every 24 hours, that's when people are playing Destiny. Its all-time peak was a year ago, between February and February. We had 316K. In terms of like the last 30 days, they have a negative 25.6 gain in their player base. In the last 60 days, that's negative 40%. In October, they actually gained 114% player base increase. What happened in October? Destiny 2 over. Season of the Wish happened in October. No, Season of Wish was 2023. What happened in October this year? Episode Revenant came out. So that's when the Revenant storyline first came out. And that's what caused players to come back to Destiny. Before that, in September, negative 34. August, negative 36. July, negative 67. June, plus 157. That's probably when Final Shape Clink came out. Destiny 2. On some real reporting right now. Destiny 2 in June. Yeah, Final Shape came out on the 7th. So that's you can actually you see tangible evidence of what causes the jump. And so new content came out in October, player base jumped up. New content came out in September, meaning in June, player base jumped up. So what this tells you is people don't dislike Destiny. They just have nothing to do. You have nothing to do, you just stop playing. So it's not like Destiny's a bad game or things like that, or the players hate the game. It's just there's nothing to do. You add content, people come back. You don't have content, people can go play something else.
When do we get concerned? At what point are we like, okay, this is concerning? It says 18,000 players? Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. 18,000? That ain't, there's no way. 15 bullshit.
Again, the access to those numbers, by the way, because again, these are Steam numbers. This does not include Xbox and PlayStation, who also have access to the game. Also, Epic also has their own, launcher for Destiny, which aren't included in Steam numbers. So it's actually even higher than what I just showed in the Steam database, because you're just not even taking into consideration Xbox, Epic, and PlayStation.
I'm gonna look in just a second. Ain't no way. Long-standing issues like repetitive gameplay loops and delayed quality of live updates have further eroded player morale. On top of that, the recent layoffs of the company didn't help either. All of this has led to a steep decline in the game's player base. Destiny 2 fans are struggling to find other players with low population, With fewer players logging in, finding fire teams for group activities like raids and dungeons has become a struggle. Matchmaking queues are taking longer than ever, and even tools like
here's the thing. It's always been a daunting task to try to find people to do raids with, because LOGs for Destiny are always garbage. Not because of Destiny itself, just the community makes LOGs a pain in the ass to deal with. And then your friends you might do raids with, they might stop playing the game. So instead of having like that, those other 5 guys who you 5 other individuals who you will play Destiny with to do raids, they're all like going to go play something else, and they're like, I can't do it. So like, I need to find 5 other people to do raid with, or maybe only 3 people left, so you just find what's not there. So that's kind of like when it comes to like that particular situation. It's like, it's always been, I won't say hard to find a raid team, but it's always been kind of like something you're kind of like pulling your teeth out to do it. It takes a lot of effort in Destiny to get a raid team together. Like, for some people it's just like, might as well just freaking not even bother like even trying to put a raid team together. It kind of can go with like all the content in Destiny, which like if you want to play with other people, you get to a point where you're just like, I'd much rather just freaking not even play. Oh.
In-game Fireteam Finder and Discord LFG servers aren't helping much. Many posts in LFG now demand experienced players on. Dude, they've been doing that since day one, though. Let's be real. They've been doing that since day one. It also doesn't help that we don't have a vote to kick option. I literally have joined up with people in Fireteam Finder and have been booted for literally no reason. Yeah, but this of course shuts out those who are new or unfamiliar with the content. Reddit user Flalius summed up the situation, was trying to do a Garden of Salvation and it took forever to find a team. I had to use a combination of the Discord LFG and the in-game Fireteam Finder just to find a team. And even then it still took a pretty long time. Oh brother, dude, I mean, even us. I pull people from the stream. I'm like, hey, y'all want to go run a raid? And look, I get it. You shouldn't have to always get people that are experienced. But I got people that come in here. It's like, yeah, I've done Crota's in 13 times, 14 times. Ultra, how many times have you done Crota?
3 or 6 times. 6 times, yeah. 6 times.
My man has said he has done Crota's in 3 or 6 times. Little hesitation there on the 6.
I've done literally 2 raids in Destiny. 2. Ball of Glass and the Last Wish raid, which I did once. I think I did that once. I think I did Ball of Glass like twice, and that's it. When it comes to D2, at least when it comes to completion. When Destiny 2 first came out, I did try to do Leviathan's raid and never even finish it. But I did try. It's actually how I met Potato, was through when you LOG to try to find people to do the Leviathan raid. It was me, Potato. It was me, CJ, and Kirby. So it was the 3 of us. We don't need 3 other people, so we just do LFGs, and that way he's like a lost cat. We invited him to do Leviathan's raid at one day. Just kept coming to the party chat. After that, it's like, all right, I guess this guy's part of our crew now. But Destiny 1 though, I was a raid master. I was doing, because I wasn't a streamer at that point, but I had a buddy who was a streamer, and so usually in D1, and I think this is of D2, if you are going to be doing like raids where you let your chat get in raids with you, what you do is you make sure you have at least 2 other people who you can trust to like carry the raid. So I was one of those extra people that he would bring in to like, help, because he can trust me when it came to the raid. We'd be doing like freaking, Vault of Glass 4 times a day. We'd be doing freaking quotas in 4 times a day. So we were doing, I had so many raid completions Destiny 1. Not so much Destiny 2.
But I believe him. And this is what always ends up happening. We get about halfway into the raid or halfway into a mechanic. Suddenly it's like, what do you know? Oh, I did the raid like a year ago. I kind of know the mechanics, don't really know the mechanics.
I don't know any mechanics in the race right now.
And it's hard to get into a fire team when you're brutally honest. But if as long as like I kind of have like an idea of what you are.
But again, I'll say this is why, like I said before, the streamer who I used to be friends with, this is why you would have 2 other people with you who you can rely on, because like, okay, these people are the ones who are going to know the mechanics. So like, no matter what, I can rely on Archangel and Bullseye to do what I need to do. So if I need someone to freaking carry the relic in Vault of Glass, I know I can rely on Angel to do it. I need to rely on people to shoot relics, I know I can rely on Angel and Bullseye to do it. Whereas like in Destiny 2 though, there's way more mechanics involved in raids, so you can't just be like, okay, the 3 of us can handle mechanics, and the 3 of you who are randoms or whatever just kill shit. You can't really do that in today's, Destiny. You can have one person who doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Like when I did Last Wish for the first time, I was doing it with my cousin and his fire team, his little group that he's in, and they would tell me how to do stuff, but for the most part, and most of the encounters, all I had to do was just kill shit. And that's pretty much what it was. Like, hey, kill shit, stand over there. Kill shit, stand over there. Run through these holes. Just follow us. That's kind of like what it was. Like there was never like any real explanation of things, other than when it came to we're like, okay, we have to explain this particular portion. I feel like the issue with Destiny is Bungie made not only that they add me like mechanics, you have a community of people who don't want to explain things. They don't want to teach you how to play Destiny. If you haven't done a raid in Destiny, you join a fire team, they'd be like, have you done something before? No. Watch a video on YouTube that explains how to do this raid, and maybe we'll invite you another day. It's like people don't want to explain anything, and I get it. People aren't, you don't want to be a teacher if you don't have to be a teacher. Me, someone who has like an IGL brain, I don't mind explaining how to do things, but like for the most part, when it comes to Destiny community, they have no interest in like telling you how to play Destiny or how to do a raid.
Capable of, we go into that thing a lot better. It's like your name's Cluniverse, and you say, "Hey, I've done this raid, but I still don't know what I'm doing." That's great, Clune. I've got you. I'm gonna find the perfect job for you. I want you to kill everything and worry about nothing. You know what I mean? All right. The sentiment is echoed by many others who feel that the shrinking community is making the game less enjoyable. This is from the Reddit thread right there. Destiny 2 today had its lowest recorded player count of just 12,379 players on Steam. Whoa, no, there's no way, dude. Was the game offline all day or something? There is no way. 12,000 guys. We're talking like lower than Curse of Osiris. No, man. We're gonna go look at the numbers in just a second. There ain't no way, dude. Denial? I'm in denial. Destiny player numbers are dropping fast according to the data from CBRO. Destiny 2's total hourly active player.
CBRO, that's one who would have numbers from other platforms. CBRO, I think they're doing like a combined number. So we just saw that 22K were playing on Steam. And then he's saying like a total of 60,000 across all platforms. So you're kind of thinking about maybe 20,000 on as we're thinking 20, you got 60, so you're thinking 20,000 on PlayStation, 20,000 on Xbox. Maybe even less on both of those because again, they got throwing the Epic numbers as well. So that's in combination that does look bad, but at the same time, 60,000 isn't awful, right?
Count during peak hours hovers around 60,000 across all platforms, while it drops to roughly 35,000 to 40,000 during off-peak hours. At the same time of writing, here's the breakdown of hourly active players across all platforms. Oh wow, so we have the numbers for all
so here's
platforms.
The exact numbers right here. So I remember what I said. I said it was going to be in the 20s. Epic is at 807. I will say this, this isn't like trying to cope for Destiny. Most people don't play video games with Epic in general. So when it comes to any video game, no matter what it is, it's always going to have lower numbers on Epic because people don't want to do with Epic Launcher. And in general, if you already have an account on Steam, why the fuck should you make an account on Epic? Like, honestly, Epic gave away free copies of Destiny. Like, they literally was giving away, like, there's like a collector's edition of Destiny that usually like 200 freaking bucks and shit like that. They gave away for free. So they're like, please come play the game on Epic. People are like, no. So it's like, so Epic numbers are definitely gonna be freaking low, but this is like, I think it's like 1 day, right? So for like 1 day, it was under 12K on Steam, but it maintained, 20K plus on the console, which again, just to point out, console is always going to have higher numbers than any other platform.
24,543 on PlayStation, 22,000 on Xbox. Steam is 11,000. No way, dude. There's no way. Steam has always had the most, right? I thought on Steam we always had the most. Epic is whatever, But on Steam, I always thought we had the most players. 877 of these guys are cheaters. Let me just say, I don't know what it is, but you fuckers on Epic are always cheating, all right? I'm just saying. I don't know why Epic Games, but when I play with an Epic gamer, they're epic, all right. Epically fucking cheating. For Steam specifically, Steam database reports that the game is peaking at under 20,000 concurrent players. These figures reflect a significant decline compared to the game's heyday when player counts regularly exceeded 80,000. There are multiple factors of Destiny 2's declining player population. The conclusion to the 10-year saga, persistent bugs and glitches combined with a grind-heavy gameplay. Is it really that grindy, dude? Have left many players frustrated. I'm okay with the grind, man. When we were playing Path of Exile now for 2 weeks, dude. I live for the grind. Or y'all think Destiny is that grinding? I think here's the issue with grinding.
Destiny is definitely very, very grindy. And it's a grind that's not consistent. Destiny's a game where you can do a raid 400 times and not get the raid exotic. And then someone else in that exact same raid who doing it for the first time can't get it. We've all been there. Anyone who plays Destiny has been in situations before where they've done a raid a lot and never get the raid exotic. And then someone who did it, like I happened with me. When I did the last Wish raid for the first time with my cousin and his friends, that was my little first time doing it. And that was like, they've done it over 100 times. Because this is like a year, 2 years after last Wish even came out. And my first time doing it, I got 1,000 voices. Is that what it called? How the exotic was called? 1,000 something. And I got it on my first try. And they was like, yo, kick him out. Like they was joking, they were all laugh like, yo, what the fuck? How do you get in your first try? And it happened on the other end where I've done Vault of Glass carries, never got the freaking Vex with the class, but multiple times to do my Vault of Glass carries. Someone on their first or second attempt had gotten Vex. I didn't get the Vex Mythic class in D1 until D2 was going to be coming out in beta a few months later. Like that's how many times I've done Vault of Glass in D1 and how long it took me to finally get the Vex Mythic class. Those months, a few months before the beta of D2 came out, where I finally got the game's first raid exotic. Now I've gotten like the other raid exotics, after a few tries, but like just that particular one. Like it's been grinding game. There's strikes that I have strike exclusive like legendaries, and I will spend hours upon hours trying to like grind those strikes to get the weapon that I want, and we just wouldn't get it. Like one of the times when I stopped playing Destiny was because I think what hand cannon it was you had to like get it, you can only get it from a certain strike, and it was like hours upon hours and just not getting. It's like I'm done. I just stopped playing the game.
In Destiny, you don't want to grind for something and it be like pointless.
That being like, because when I did the review first Ascendant, someone made a comment saying that clearly I'm not into games that are grindy. Really, that I am. If I play Destiny 2 and have all the hours that I have in both of those games, I play Warframe, have all the hours in that game. It's not grinding that I don't mind. It's grinding that seems like it's gonna take forever. When you grind, you're okay with a couple hours a day of doing just one task. Not the entire game session. If your entire game session is like 6-7 hours, it's fine. But when it comes to like one particular encounter, you're doing that one particular thing, one mission. You're doing one mission for 4 hours every day, and you're not getting what you're trying to get. That becomes fatiguing. It's not that you don't like grinding. It's like you just don't like this particular way of grinding, where it's like, you spend an entire week, 4 hours a day doing one mission, and you still don't have the thing that you're trying to get.
The tonic system. You're grinding for a certain weapon, and that weapon is not actually dropping. Or you're grinding for a certain weapon roll, and that weapon roll is almost impossible to get because of weight gate. That's where like the grind, that's where it's like, all right, then that's bullshit. You know what I mean? But for grinding, for like just grinding, I'm okay with it. I like the grind. I get down with it. Bungie's handling these issues, including repetitive seasonal content, has further alienated the community. Additionally, the release of massive new games like Marvel Rivals, Path of Exile, dude, you're getting hit on all sides.
You want to know what's like one of the biggest flaws of Destiny and like how they handle their season content? Destiny is literally the only game on the fucking market, especially against AAA games, where the entirety of the new season is behind a paywall. Like expansions is fine. Having people pay for expansions is okay, but when it comes to Destiny, the entirety of you being able to even do the seasonal content is behind a paywall. You have to buy the battle pass to do the seasonal content. Whereas like most games, you don't have to buy the battle pass at all. You can just do the seasonal content. Season content is there for you to do for free. Every mission, everything involved in season content in most video games is just there for free. But Destiny, you can't do the seasonal content unless you buy the battle pass. You have to buy the battle pass. Because there's going to be a mission that involves the helm or involves, that season thing, and you can't access that mission without buying a battle pass.
Baby, all sides. You got Path of Exile, which is a freaking, a PvE player's wet dream. You got Marvel Rivals, which everyone who hated Concord because it was a hero shooter suddenly loves Marvel Rivals. Blows my mind, by the way. But Marvel Rivals is good. I will say it is good, man.
I'll say that is less about Concord, more about Overwatch. Overwatch is basically Overwatch with Marvel skin. People hate Overwatch right now, so they're loving Marvel Rivals for being basically just what they wish Overwatch was.
But what I'm saying on that though is you've got PvP players and PvE players that just have so many options. Players haven't been shy about sharing their thoughts. One Reddit user said the content is just stale. The formulaic seasonal grind is stale. The events are nothing but tedium distilled. Another user, GTGZA, pointed out that the player base struggles. The player base is at or near all-time lows. Most players don't rate at all. I mean, dude, I haven't rated. I mean, I get my loot at the beginning of when a raid drops, and that's kind of it for me. You know what I mean? Adding to the frustration, Mimi Seishi comment on the unwelcoming nature of LFG posts. I'm a new player, but I don't think most of the people raid. Need someone to teach me. 90% of the posts I see are strictly know what to do or kick. Oh, man. I don't know, man. Like, I definitely wouldn't go into an LFG environment being like,
can someone teach me?
I would watch a guide, right? Preferably one of our own. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and then go into LFG, right? At the same time, I would still take someone on my squad. If you're in my squad and you're like, hey, listen, I haven't done this raid, but I watched a guide on it. Brother, if you tell me you watch a Fallout guide, we're good, man. That man has a way of explaining things. Meanwhile, I am the day man highlighted the struggle of finding players in match-made activities. I've been trying to play hardware supremacy today. Oh yeah, dude, that's terrible. I can't find anybody. And never got a full game. Realistically, I don't think the population will ever rebound. We beat the final boss in June. A lot of people left and won't be back. Many in the community agree that unless Bungie makes significant changes soon, the situation will only get worse. Destiny 2's declining population is a wake-up call for Bungie. With fewer players, longer matchmaking times, and growing frustrations among the community, it's clear the game needs a major shakeup. Whether the upcoming Codename Frontiers expansions can restore the player base to its former glory remains to be seen. What are your thoughts on Destiny 2's current state?
It will get player bases because we looked at this database where you see literally the numbers go up whenever there's new content. So there will be the player base will go up a little bit when new content comes out, but it won't go to its glory days until a D3's a thing, because we're at a point with Destiny where it needs a new game. It doesn't need new content, it needs a new game.
Share your opinion in the comments below. All right, let's go look at Steam charts real quick. I mean, these numbers sound way too bad. You know what I'm saying? These numbers sound way too bad. I just have a hard time believing we're this low, dude. That had to have been a day that maybe a patch or something was going out or something. Okay. I don't see it. It's right there. No. We're not on page 4. That can't be possible. We've never gone to page 4. We've always been on page 1 or 2. 3 would be if there was a patch.
We already saw numbers around like
we've never been on page 4. God damn it. We're on motherfucking page 4 right now. How in the hell did this happen? All right, so what do we do, fellas? What do we do? Do we just move on? Are we just moving on? We just go pack up and go? What are the games that are beating us right now, dude? Lost Ark is beating us, and that's...
I wouldn't use Lost Ark as an example. That's not a good example, because Lost Ark has a bot problem. It's always been known to have a bot problem. Even though it's low right now, Lost Ark is known for always having like crazy like number of bot players. So don't use Lost Ark as an example. But in general, just Destiny people, if they announce Destiny 3 right the fuck now and says it'll be pre-order, they will have a high pre-order number. Destiny 3 or drop the standard model and make it subscription based game would be great. And Destiny's already kind of a subscription based game without being a subscription based game, so people would it wouldn't like be a big deal in terms of like negativity. Like, you might see people who might complain like, I can't spend $15 a month for this, but you already spend $40 every 3 months for an expansion. During like the heyday of Destiny, you already spend $10 per season for the battle pass. You already spend $12 to get a dungeon key. So and if you get like, if you're someone who's not being cheap and you just get like the deluxe edition expansions, that's like what, $70, $67 every expansion. So it's like you're already spending if you think about like how like the numbers and divided up, you're spending more on Destiny than you would if it was a subscription based video game. Because like you could spend $60 and pretty much just be like playing Final Fantasy 14 for the rest of the year without having to worry about it. Like I don't. Let me see. Because I think they do sell a full year subscription. So in order to get 180 days of Final Fantasy 14, it's $77. So the price of a new video game plus tax, you get 180 days in that. But again, if you think about Destiny, you spend $60 to get you spend $40 to get the expansion by itself, spend $10 to get the season pass, then $12 for a dungeon key. So you spend like $62 and some change per expansion. And usually during a heyday of Destiny, there's 4 expansions a year. So if you think about it, it's not surprising. I remember there was one day where we came back to Destiny and we looked at Steam numbers for like how much everything costs. If you were like someone who was brand new Destiny like entirely, and the game's free to play, so you download the game for free, but you want to get like all the content, it will cost you over $300 to get all the content. Steam charts in general are never a good example unless the game is solely on PC itself. Yeah, there's some charts that you can look at that show like all the platforms, but it's not the Steam charts. It's like it's more like behind the scenes that this person gets information from like the actual like platform themselves. Like we showed it earlier in this video where it showed like Xbox had 22,000 people playing Destiny, PlayStation had 24,000, Steam had 19,000, and then Epic had 800. It's like, which no one freaking plays Epic games. Like the launcher shit. Yeah, six months is more than enough to complete legit every single expansion in the game. Yeah.
With Path of Exile out, what the Limbus Company? Cats is beating us. Forza, Rimworld, a Goose Duck. So
hey, no. He said Forza like no one plays Forza. Forza's like the only freaking arcade racer on the freaking market anyone plays. The racing genre is dead. You're either Forza Motorsports, which is a simulation racing game, which means it's way harder. You have GTR if you're on PlayStation, which again like Forza is simulation racing, so it's way harder. So there's not a lot of arcade racing anymore because arcade racing has died. So you're lacking the Need for Speeds, the Midnight Clubs, the Burnout. So they're all like just dead. So Forza Horizon is supposed to be like an arcade version of Forza. So it's supposed to be like, hey, you don't have to be a god with a actual full setup to play this racing game. You just do what the fuck you want. UV2, I think he will buy masters from the game. Yeah.
Goose Duck always does.
I wouldn't throw shade at Forza Horizon being, higher than Destiny. Like it's the only arcade racer that's on the market that still exists. Anyone will ever even touch, unless Rockstar get their shit together and just be like, "Hey, Midnight Club 5." We'll all be like, "There is a god."
Player count for Goose.
Or new Burnout comes out, or EA gets their shit together. It's a new speed game.
Goose Duck. Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown's good. Battlefield. Wow, dude. The Sims 4 is
also, under pause again pretty quickly here. The Hunt just released it on Xbox Game Pass, which means those numbers up. Those numbers going to get higher and higher and higher because it's now basically free if you have Game Pass on PC and Game Pass on Xbox. What else is on here that he mentioned? He said something else. Battlefield 5 is high because Battlefield freaking 2042 is dog shit. It's not dog shit, but no one wants to play it.
Are you shitting me right now? There's 29,000 housewives right now playing Sims 4. Get the fuck out of here. That's rough, fellas. This is rough.
All right, that's across. Let me explain to you what The Sims is. The Sims is 2K for women. Like, you know how a bunch of niggas, they just every year, I gotta play 2K. I gotta play 2K. I gotta play 2K. For women, I gotta play The Sims. I gotta play The Sims. It's not every woman, just like not every guy's out here playing 2K. But a lot of chicks just like The Sims and Animal Crossing is their 2K. That's their 2K. That's their Madden.
Guys, Ark is beating us. Farming Simulator is beating us. Left 4 Dead 2. Crab Game. Once Human is just spanking our ass. What do y'all want me to say, dude? What do y'all want me to say? I mean, we've reached the end of an era. I'm not gonna say Destiny is
the numbers is that way for Destiny because there's nothing. Like again, we showed it earlier in the video when it came to Steam charts. Whenever there's content out, the player base increased by 114%. When there's none, it drops by 40%. You need new content, people care.
Because we don't know what Apollo and Frontiers is supposed to bring. And maybe that mixes things up a bit more. That's the cope again. What do you want me to say, chat? We want me to be like, it's dead. Destiny 2 is dead. It's over, everybody. Pack it up.
It is. That's why you need D3.
Move on. Find another game. feel like the community is riding on the doom and gloom wave. Well, I think this time of the year, you do like, you know, when you look back and you look at like, what was Destiny like, you know, around the holidays in previous years, and people finally remember things like, you know, Forsaken, when we were going into Black Armory and we had Mountaintop that just got revealed to us and we were all grinding for that, or the 30th anniversary events, right? Even last year things really popped with Season of the Wish. We hit some low numbers for sure, but it popped last year, and I enjoyed it. I mean, when we look at the chart right here,
numbers again. Where are the high numbers at? The plus 10,000 people, the plus 50,000. You already showed earlier in stream. October they had a new season come out, episode Revenant. So they had 10,000 new players playing. In June they released their biggest expansion of D2 in a very, very long time in the Final Shape. Plus 50,000. So all the pluses for this game is when there's new content out, and the drop happened when people are already beating that new content. For Final Shape, I have a lot of friends who play Destiny, and everyone kind of agreed once they finished the story, they're gonna stop playing the game. What happened? July, they're done with the story, they stopped playing the game. It'll be devastating to see what Destiny 2 numbers were during the April update for Destiny 1. The time where we had no content for almost a full year. D1 had some dark times. D1 was in basically on life support until the Taken King came out. The answer when things come out, we were grinding. Yeah, like if anyone who played D1 back in the day, it was a ghost town unless you're like an actual diehard Destiny player. And then, you know, Taken King came out, and we were all just like, "There's a god." The game got better. They got more consistent with their content. And this is why I'll say, like, one of the things I said when they first announced D2, I was like, they should have just had Destiny just be its own brand. And instead of having like a whole new game, just make D2 like a massive expansion. Then you can do D3 as a massive expansion instead of just, hey, here's a whole new game. Like, you should only have a new game for a live service game like Destiny if you do like an engine change, because like, you know, new engine, you don't need a game. Like, imagine like if D2 had all the content D1 had still. Like if it was all just one game itself, and it was all just expansions. If you would have so much shit to do, you'd be playing Destiny right now, just doing what was that the Rise of Iron DLC? You'd be doing that right now, just out of boredom. Like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this new season on shit. Let me go freaking do some Rise of Iron quests. Let me go talk to like Lord Salad Man. As we Cashapp wasn't having that. And it's silly.
All right, we had our peaks, right?
So I just asked me, because I said the same thing about the Division. I said Division should have just been one game and not do a 2. Ubisoft should just made Division 2 as an expansion, not as a whole new game, because it's basically the exact same game, same engine.
At our peaks. Okay. Had our peaks over here. Big peaks in Lightfall. Big peak again this year. But then we had a major drop off, which, I mean, yeah, look,
what are all those
real.
peaks? He said Lightfall. This peak was Final Shape. The peaks are when there's new content.
It's just like the business situation.
People still want to play Destiny. They just don't want to just be doing nothing. They don't want to sit around in a freaking tower all day because there's nothing to do. So they go play Marvel Rivals. They go play Path of Exile. They go play, you know, FC25 or 2K, or go play Indiana Jones, or go play Astro Bot. They're going to play something else. They don't just be like, all right, well, I beat Final Shapes, I guess I'll just sit in the tower. No, they're going to be like, fuck, I'm out of here. I'm going to play something else.
You know what I mean? No one's really entertaining it. It's like, all right, we killed the big bad guy.
Ain't sitting here the entire freaking time.
So what follows this? You know what I mean?
Slap that like button like your mama told you.
Leave him a like, though. I'll link this video. But if you want to know like how big Destiny actually still is, because people think Destiny's like a dead genre no one cares about. People still love Destiny. This video was uploaded yesterday. It has 200,000 views. If Destiny was a dead game, would this video have 200,000 views? No. People clearly still are very, very invested in Destiny. Work found in kitchen type video. Yeah, someone who stopped playing still love Destiny. Wait, like I said, if they announce Destiny 3 right now, you will be hyped for it. You'll be like, yeah, let me see what it looks like. Let me see what that D3 looks like. Let me see, are you on a new engine? Let me see what's going on here. You know, so like this is someone whose channel is based around Destiny. Like he's doing Path of Exiles right now because, you know, of course, but like his call to fame is Destiny. And the same thing when it comes to like true Vanguard, Fallout plays, like their call to fame is on Destiny. So they need this game to be successful. Yeah, like I'd immediately play Destiny if they announced something new. That's just how we are. Like when it comes to Destiny, like there's a new expansion coming off of Destiny. Like I still haven't freaking got Lightfall because I've been like dragging my freaking feet because other games that are out like Indiana Jones and Rivals and whatnot. But like when it's all said and done, I'm done playing all these other new games that are out. I'm going to freaking go get Lightfall, not Lightfall, freaking Final Shape. It's shit out of that, and then wait for the new expansion. It's like Destiny for me is how Black Desert is for other people. New character comes out in Black Desert, they install the game, use a new character, max them out, uninstall the game. It's like, all right, I'm done. The difference between me and those people is I don't spend money on Destiny. Like I'll buy an expansion, but I'm not freaking like, you know, buying all the fucking like cosmetics and whatnot. Let's get into Indiana Jones.